King receives special invitation as first major royal tour since his cancer diagnosis hangs in the balance. Charles is still expected to make the trip halfway round the globe in October, but additional legs of the trip have reportedly been canned. King Charles has an open invitation to visit New Zealand, its Prime Minister has said. In the wake of reports that the King may have had to shelve an official trip following his cancer diagnosis. While Charles is still expected to make the trip halfway round the globe to visit Australia and Samoa for a Commonwealth Summit in October. Additional legs of the trip to fellow South Pacific states New Zealand and Fiji had reportedly been canned, as the 75-year-old monarch continues his treatment for the illness. A source had told the Mirror, "Naturally, it will be a bitter disappointment on both sides to not have the opportunity for the King and Queen to visit New Zealand. But of course, all are aware of the King's ongoing health and the need for him to pace himself." But when asked about the reports, New Zealand's PM, Christopher Luxon, extended an open invitation to King Charles for what would be his first visit there since 2019. Ahead of the long-distance trip, the longest the King would make in his reign, and only the fourth following visits to France, Germany and Kenya, Buckingham Palace officials are in Australia laying the groundwork for his arrival. It's understood that the King's private secretary Clive Alderton is already in the key Commonwealth realm this month in order to shore up final arrangements for the visit. As Charlotte's cancer battle continues, the Australian segment of the official visit is believed to have been cut down to just 6 days. The King and Queen will face a race against the clock to adjust to the time difference in Australia, but are due to take a 2-day break before the royal couple arrive in Samoa for 3 days in order to attend the 2024 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM 2024. The tour will probably last around 10 days, covering Australia and Samoa. But Kiwi officials have counselled calm over a potential cancellation. Adrian Ruarafe, an MP from New Zealand's Labour Party, said, "Nothing has been announced so far over here, but if the royal visit is cancelled, New Zealanders will be typically reasonable about it." Crucially, no part of the visit has yet been formally confirmed by Buckingham Palace, with future trips still in the balance depending on how the monarch fares in his cancer treatment in the months ahead. The King's slate of summer engagements has already prompted concerns, with Queen Camilla reportedly insisting the septuagenarian King should behave himself and slow down a touch. But regardless of the stresses and strains of the royal calendar, the King was in fine form over the weekend as he stepped out at Royal Ascot for racing festivities in a reported homage to his late mother Queen Elizabeth II's affection for the sport. And the proposed travels to the other side of the world will also see King Charles follow in his forebear's footsteps, the last visit by a reigning British monarch to Australia fell in 2011 when the former Queen attended another Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting and visited major Australian cities including Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth and capital Canberra. The country doubtless holds a special place in the King's heart among the Commonwealth realms. Charles had spent 2 terms at the prestigious Geelong Grammar School in Victoria in his first foreign engagement as Prince of Wales.